Now to the question being posed across this country. Should President Biden exit the race for the White House? It's a question we took to Democratic leaders right here in East Texas. KLTV7's Michael Richardson tells us what they had to say.
Since last week's presidential debate, there have been calls for President Biden to step aside. In a speech in Wisconsin earlier today, Biden made clear his disagreement.
I am running and going to win again.
Across East Texas, the common sentiment among Democratic Party leaders has been to support Biden's re-election bid.
Trump has been convicted of 34 counts by a jury of his peers, and the Republicans have stood right behind him, 100% basically. So we as Democrats should do the same thing about our president that has doing the best job he could do.
Smith County Democratic Chair Hector Garza believes changing the nominee poses a major risk.
I think it would be disastrous for the Democratic Party at this point.
Nacogdoches Democratic Chair Roger McNally shared similar thoughts.
Trump is a danger to our society and to our government. And I think we need to back the person that has the best chance of winning. I think that's Biden.
Asked whether President Biden should exit the field, Van Zant County Democratic Chair Delana Sims issued a statement saying the local party has no official stance on the matter, but that they will stand united with whatever decision President Biden makes. As the incumbent faces mounting calls to drop out, Garza says the party should not overreact.
We've trusted him for 4 years. He's done a wonderful job. So slow down, take a deep breath, look and see what he does at the next debate, and then start making some evaluations.
The next presidential debate is scheduled for September 10th. Michael Richardson, KLTV 7 News.
The Democratic National Convention, at which the presidential nominee will be officially chosen, is set to happen in late August in Chicago. As for President Biden's interview with ABC's George Stephanopoulos, that will air later tonight, right here on KLTV 7.